What's up, y'all? Once again, I'm back. Welcome to another video. BadNewsBrown breaking it down. Man, and today I'm going to speak a little bit about on some current events. The recent current interview that Katt Williams did on the Shannon Sharp show. And this going to be my take on it. He spoke about, and of course, if you ain't seen it, I don't know where you been. But anyway, he pretty much spoke about the gatekeepers in Hollywood going through the door, and basically a lot of wearing the dress and all the industry conspiracy or not conspiracies that's going on up in Hollywood. So this is what I got to say about all that. And it's that simple, man. It's this simple. Pretty much, this is more the reason for us to get our own. You know, this is nothing new. This been going on in the industry for pretty much since the industry been around. So let's not act like it's nothing new. And again, like I said, this is more of a reason to get our own, especially now in this day and age with the internet, the technology. You pretty much don't even really need them to that extent. You can just really go straight independent, especially all the actors that's out there or anybody that want to get into that industry. Come together and put a movie out on the various media platforms online or create your own. And another thing, you gotta understand the type of industry that you in. You gotta understand how it works. And I say that to say, here's a saying: when you in the circus, you can't complain about being in a clown role or a monkey role or a lion role. It's pretty much, you already know on the circus, it's going to be a clown, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. So if that particular part is for, like I said, hey, we want the walking, talking monkey, and you vying for that spot, when you get that spot, you can't complain that you a walking, talking monkey. And that's pretty much how I look at it. Now, I know it's a lot more detail that goes with that, being that it's an industry like any other industry, and especially in that industry, you know, a lot of times it ain't what you know, it's who you know, pretty much all the time. So people want that fast track. You want to, don't want to do it the hard way per se, and you want that short route. Then that's when you're gonna have to be asked to do something or give up something, as is alleged. But that's pretty much how I look at it. And Katt Williams pretty much, I don't want to say confirmed, because like I said, this is nothing new, man. Plenty of people being spoke on it. But Katt in particular, though, when he got on how the comedians, that was pretty interesting. And a lot of them, of course, they like Ludacris. He came with his rap, his response. Kevin Hart, a few others, but I want to get more into that industry. And another thing, anybody that got any desire or idea to get into the Hollywood industry, and again, like I said, you got to understand how it works, meaning on how I put it, how I would even choose to interface with that industry. Like I said, if you coming in as part of the circus act, then you gonna be that walking, talking monkey. So, and like I said, in any other industry, you gonna have to pay your dues. And unfortunately, in that industry, how they put it, to pay them dues, you gonna not only put on that dress, you gonna have to play that thug role, that dope fiend, that prostitute, all the negative stereotypes. And that's how they gonna call it. Hey man, you gotta pay your dues. You gotta take any role you can for now until you can, become the star. Then you can, choose your roles, or get scripts written specifically for you. So that's kind of like how that work. And then another thing, like I was saying, man, anybody, y'all need to see the old school movie Hollywood Shuffle. That's what I'm saying. This is nothing new. Go watch. I recommend anybody, even if you don't want to be an actor or actress, go look at Hollywood Shuffle and his work at the post office. Well, maybe not no more. I don't know. Depends if you ain't got no felony or not. But anyway, watch the movie and you'll see what I'm talking about. But watch Hollywood Shuffle, man, by Robert Townsend. And this movie was back in the 80s, and he pretty much spoke on the stereotypical roles of black people in particular, or anybody really, playing the social stereotypes. And the new social stereotype on the block is the whole, what they call it, LGBT. No disrespect to them, but that's the new social stereotype, and all that got to do with social splicing. I'll put that on another video. That's kind of like they stepping on a dope socially, and that's how they cause division. But that's a whole different thing. But back to that industry again. Watch Hollywood Shuffle. It pretty much explain to y'all how that industry go and what you may or may not have to do to get further. Now, like I said, if and another thing I want to put out there, everybody in the industry ain't with that or ain't even part of that. Now, like I said, if you want that fast track and try to cut some corners, then that probably gonna put you in one of them situations. Now, you got some people that's just pretty much talented, and they talented pretty much just can't be ignored. So they gonna be famous and successful. And don't think, I'm pretty sure them people still got issues as far as with the contracts and payments, but as far as them being famous and getting certain roles, that's just they telling who they are. Same with the music or any other aspect of the entertainment industry or any business. There are people out there they're sharp like that. Trust me. And again, that all across the board, not even just the entertainment industry. So don't think everybody that made it had to walk through a door or something. Sometimes it's just simply paying them real hard dues, putting in the work and getting it in, and a little bit of luck sometimes. Having your ducks in a row to when lightning strike, you be ready. Trust me. And again, though, Katt Williams, I don't even want to say let the cat out the bag, because a lot of this, and of course some people, man, he just doing, shock value content or whatever, but I don't really look at it like that. Well, to an extent I do, but for the most part I don't. He just pretty much, a lot of people saying, like Kevin Hart was saying, like, well, he may be bitter because he ain't where he want to be, and it could be a little of that. But yet and still, he let certain stuff be known or doubling down on it. And we know now. Well, like I said, the information been out there, but it's just funny to see how now I notice a lot of these celebrities, because like another thing, Hollywood, the game is changing because of the whole internet landscape. So a lot of these actors, that's why they think them and the writers was protesting or on strike not too long ago. So it's wide open as far as the whole independent scope anyway. But again, and I could be wrong about this, like I mentioned earlier, or I didn't heard before, well, how come all these black entertainers just come together and do this and do that? And of course, I know that's easier said than done, but again, you don't have to have no multi-million production studio nowadays. With AI and all this, you really can, man, $1 million budget, probably cheaper than that. And I know 5 or 10 black people in the industry, of course in the industry, but just the actors alone can put something together. So, or not even just that, entertainers, anybody. And of course, like I said, when they try to do it on a major, I don't even want a major scale, it gets, well, sometimes it may get sabotaged, but being that, like I said, this is a whole new internet landscape. So it's ways you can pivot or whatever and sidetrack. But again, if you sign certain contracts and you locked in, that's why I say it's easier said than done, because it probably would have been done. But once you lock in, and again, on a whole nother, not separate but different issue, especially once you part of some sort of union. You know what that means, and them pros and cons of a union. You can't work when they say work. Especially, not even especially, so I done worked in the construction before. I know a lot of the politics and not even just that industry, all kind of industries I done worked in during strikes. But anyway, that's something to look at. Once you part of them unions or whatnot, you can't work. So that's the pros and cons. Yeah, you get paid good money when you do work, but when they say don't work, or if it's slow for whatever reason, you can't just go do nothing on the side or nah, don't get caught, huh? We all know about that. But yeah, man, it's Bad News Brown breaking this shit down, man, a little bit for y'all. Once y'all go ahead and hit that like or dislike, and please subscribe. I'll be back at y'all with it, man. Talk to me, I'll talk back. Peace.